2013, research conducted at Stanford University found that students in high-achieving communities who spent too much time on homework experienced more stress, physical health problems, a lack of balance in their lives, and alienation from society. All 4,300 participating students reported studying more than 3 hours a night. According to David Mills in his article, Why Homework is Bad, Stress and Consequences, the Stanford researchers stumbled upon an alarming fact that more than 2/3 of the students in this research study said that they used alcohol and drugs, primarily marijuana, to cope with the stress. When it comes to homework or any other form of learning, quality is much more important than quantity. Hi, my name is Christina, and I'm going to persuade you that homework is not beneficial, as, again, quality is more beneficial than quantity. I am credible on this topic because I've done a lot of in-depth research, and I'm going to show you that basically that homework can be detrimental to leading a healthy life, that it can encourage cheating, and it can be a disadvantage for low-income students, and that too much homework can be harmful to your health and to your happiness. Making time for your health is important at any age because it includes, your health is important to you because you need sleep and you need exercise. Paul and Harkin on the Wise Keep website advise that not only is exercise for students important for your overall health, but it also is thought to be able to increase your learning abilities and your concentration, which is also very important for school overall for homework and learning. Regular exercise also increase endorphins that make problems such as depression less likely and increase happiness. What is the first thing that you give up when you are stressed out? A lot of people give up exercise, and a lot of people go right to food, as it's a comfort thing. ASU student Ashley McLeaf commented that during high school, she gained about 30 pounds all 4 years due to the amount of studying and stress that her parents and her teachers put on her to get good grades and to be able to get into a good college. And then she kind of rebelled and just decided to go somewhere closer to home instead of going away to a really good college. Not that ASU is bad, but just that she kind of started aiming lower and lower as the stress kept getting further and further and higher placed on her in her junior and senior year in high school. In Time magazine, an article titled Why I Think Homework Should Be Banned from All Schools by Vicki Abels states that for most children, mandatory homework assignments push their work week from beyond the school day and deep into what other laborers would consider overtime. A lot of adults in America today don't realize that most children attend at least 7 hours a day at school. When you add 3 hours on top of that for homework, a lot of parents and actual professionals don't realize that their child or the children of America today are actually working more than what they do at work. So children are getting paid overtime to go to school and to do homework like adults are at their regular jobs. And so adults, you know, are not realizing that these kids are working more than 40 hours a week, and that doesn't count the extracurricular activities that they're doing, the sports, you know, or the extra tutoring or the clubs that they're in, or even work, that they're actually going to work at these, you know, fast food joints or whatever they do. Making more students unable to reach the minimum sleep requirements for their age with added extracurricular activities, exercise, or additional fresh air essential to healthy living. And the next point that I have is that homework can encourage cheating. So have you guys ever cheated? Okay, I'm assuming that the answer is yes. According to Brookings Institute study they did on homework, 2,900 6 to 17-year-old children found that time spent on homework, or each week on homework, had increased from 2 hours and 38 minutes to 3 hours and 58 minutes since 1981. So that's an additional hour and 20 minutes in just about 20 years, okay? Additionally, the study said that while about 20% of college students admitted to cheating in high school during the 1940s, today between 75 and 98% of college students surveyed each year report having cheated in high school. So that's an almost like 75% increase, or 50, 60 something percent increase in, you know, half a decade. This is an enormous jump in kids cheating today, and it can be directly correlated to the huge increase in homework given to students now. It's obvious that the amount of homework kids now receive in school is unnecessary, and it's leading to kids cheating and plagiarizing in schools. Obviously, plagiarizing is not as easy to do as it was back in 1940 because we have technology that makes it kind of impossible to do that. But cheating leads to not learning, because when you cheat, you're not paying attention to what you're learning because you're just cheating off of someone else's test or someone else's homework. And you don't learn anything from them. The third point I have is that low-income families have little access to many things that they're that doing homework is difficult. The National Center for Children in Poverty website states that among children 18 years of age in the U.S., 43% live in low poverty families, and 21%, or 1 out of 5 kids, live in a poor family, which makes doing homework difficult. Like Richard Milner of the New York Times hints in his article, "Not all students have access to homework health." Teachers and administrators should be mindful that not all students have access to people and resources to help them to their full learning capability after school. A parent that is a scientist might have access to help their children with science homework, but if they can't, they can obviously afford a tutor, where obviously if you're in a low-income family, then you're not going to be able to afford a tutor. My last point I have is that it has been shown that too much homework can be harmful, increase stress, reduce leisure time, sleep time, and lead to cheating, and widen social inequality. As we've seen lately in the news, the biggest college admission scandal with kids. Obviously, low-income families could never, ever have afforded to get their kids into high-ranking colleges. And number two, if those kids had not felt the pressure of needing to compete in their high schools and whatever, they probably could have gotten into their colleges on their own and not had to use their parents' money to be able to cheat to get into those high-ranking colleges in the first place. So now I've told you or hopefully I persuaded you of how homework can be not beneficial to students here and how it can lead to being harmful. I hope you've learned more information about the negative effects of homework. Do you still think that we need to be putting extra stress on the students that can lead to physical and emotional problems? Thank you.